Jenna Bush Hager brought a delightful mix of curiosity, charm, and just a little mischief to a recent segment of Today with Jenna and Friends that has since captured widespread attention. What started as a thoughtful exchange about family boundaries quickly turned into a subtly spicy moment that gave viewers a rare and candid glimpse into the personal lives of American royalty, specifically the famous Schwarzenegger-Shriver family and their past ties to none other than global pop icon Miley Cyrus. The segment, fittingly titled Social Dilemmas, featured Jenna alongside her co-host and guest for the day, Maria Shriver, as they offered advice to viewers navigating tricky life questions. One particular question submitted by a viewer named Kathy asked whether it's acceptable to stay in contact with a child's ex after the breakup. It was an honest question, one many parents can relate to. After all, when a significant other becomes a regular presence in family life, perhaps even forming bonds with parents, siblings, or grandparents, it can be hard to let go when the romance ends. Both Jenna and Maria approached the topic with compassion and wisdom. Maria, herself a mother of 4, spoke from experience when she said, "I feel for Kathy because our kids come and they ask us to bring these people into our lives and make them like a daughter or a son." It was an insightful comment about the emotional tug-of-war parents sometimes feel invited into close proximity with their children's partners, only to later be asked to sever ties once the relationship ends. Jenna agreed, offering her usual down-to-earth perspective, and for a moment, the segment seemed to be wrapping up as the two prepared to move on to the next question. But just before they did, Jenna's journalistic instincts and her playful side took over. With a sly smile and a sparkle in her eye, she asked Maria a follow-up question that instantly shifted the mood from serious to lighthearted. "Did you ever do that with any of your kids' exes? Keep in touch with them?" Maria quickly denied it, but before she could fully distance herself from the question, Jenna dropped a name that caught everyone off guard. "No Miley Cyrus?" It was the kind of unexpected, perfectly timed moment that morning television lives for. The room burst into laughter, and Maria, clearly amused, responded with both warmth and candor. "I would be very happy to see Miley," she said, pausing briefly as if recalling fond memories. "I liked Miley, but I did not stay texting her." It was a simple statement, but one that revealed a great deal about the character of both women, Maria, ever composed and gracious, and Jenna, unafraid to ask what the audience is secretly wondering. Bush Hager laughed, clearly pleased with her own cleverness, and proudly admitted, "Did you like that? I liked that too. I feel good about myself." Maria good-naturedly called her sly, which only added to the charm of the exchange. It was one of those rare unscripted moments that felt genuinely human, two well-known figures talking about real family dynamics, touching on celebrity culture while also keeping things grounded and relatable. But Jenna's mention of Miley Cyrus wasn't random. It came on the heels of another public moment involving Miley and Patrick Schwarzenegger, Maria's son. Just days earlier, Patrick's father, none other than Arnold Schwarzenegger, had made headlines himself by speaking about his son's past relationship with Miley during an appearance on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. When asked about the former couple, Arnold was full of praise, telling Andy, "She's a wonderful, wonderful girl and human being. And very, very talented." He added that he had no negative memories about the relationship, saying, "There is no worst part. She was just a really good person and fun to hang out with. I'm sorry it didn't work out." These comments, echoing Maria's own respectful remarks, painted a consistent picture of Miley's time with the family: warm, well-received, and free from drama, at least publicly. It's rare to see such unanimous kindness extended to a former partner, especially given the intense public scrutiny that surrounded their romance when it first began. Patrick Schwarzenegger and Miley Cyrus's relationship began in late 2014 and lasted into early 2015. At the time, the match turned heads. Miley was in her post-Hannah Montana, ultra-rebellious bangers-era phase, sporting provocative outfits and twerking on stage, while Patrick was the clean-cut son of two high-profile American figures, an iconic bodybuilder-turned-politician father and a journalist mother who is also a Kennedy family member. Their union felt, to many, like a clash of worlds. The media followed their relationship relentlessly, documenting every public outing, party appearance, and social media post. Despite all that pressure, and perhaps in part because of it, the romance fizzled after only a few months. Yet, all these years later, What remains isn't scandal or bitterness but mutual respect, a rare outcome in Hollywood circles. Maria and Arnold's remarks prove that even short-lived romances can leave positive impressions, especially when everyone involved chooses kindness over criticism. Back on Today, the unexpected shout-out to Miley reminded viewers why Jenna Bush Hager has become one of the show's most engaging and entertaining hosts. Her ability to blend humor with heart, to probe with charm rather than intrusion, keeps the energy light while still delivering memorable moments. And Maria Shriver's willingness to roll with the punch, answering candidly while preserving the dignity of everyone involved, shows exactly why she remains such a respected figure in American media and public life. The segment became a microcosm of what makes Today with Jenna and Friends such a success. It's a mix of genuine advice, laughter, celebrity curiosity, and personal storytelling. Fans online quickly picked up on the moment, with social media comments praising Jenna for her quick wit and Maria for her composed response. Some viewers even remarked on how refreshing it was to hear positive talk about exes in an era where drama and shade often dominate headlines. Others joked that they'd love to see a reunion, perhaps not romantically, but even just a friendly run-in between Miley and the Schwarzenegger-Shriver clan. While that might remain a fan fantasy, one thing is clear: both families have handled the past with grace and continue to set an example of how public figures can keep things classy, even when personal relationships don't go the distance. And in a world filled with clickbait and negativity, that kind of mature, affectionate reflection is something worth celebrating. For viewers who missed the live broadcast, Today with Jenna and Friends airs weekdays at 10:09 on NBC, and this particular episode is already being circulated widely online for those who want to relive the moment. With her thoughtful commentary and delightful mischief, Jenna once again proved why she's one of daytime TV's most relatable and engaging personalities, while Maria Shriver reminded everyone why she's a class act through and through. Together, they delivered a moment that was touching, funny, nostalgic, and surprisingly revealing, all wrapped up in a conversation that started with a simple viewer question and ended with a wink to the past that no one saw coming.